So do you want to know if the Sony ZV-1 is actually worth it? Maybe you're a YouTuber, maybe you're IG famous, maybe you're a Twitch streamer, or maybe you're an experienced videographer looking for a high-end compact video camera as well. Or you could be someone who's a digital marketer that sells digital products or courses. Well, in today's video, we break down my favorite camera, the Sony ZV-1, and by the end of this video, you're going to be able to answer this one question. Is it for you? Stay tuned to find out. All right, what's going on? My name is Kevin. I am a former pharmacist, YouTuber, and full stack marketing strategist. And for the longest time, I actually used my favorite camera, the G7X Mark II. This was actually my favorite camera for the longest time. And here's why I love the G7X so much, right? There's a flip screen. That's a must for every single vlogger if you want to watch yourself, right? The low light was amazing. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's a 1.8 aperture on this lens. That means you get that sexy background bokeh, that blurriness in the back, and plus it works really well at night, especially with the screen because it illuminates your face. Girls loved it. The image quality was also amazing, especially at nighttime as well, and I only shot 1080p. And guess what? This is really durable as well. So if you take a look at this camera really quick, right, you can see some of the grips are missing. This is held by Velcro. I actually dropped this down a mountain while I was in Hawaii, and it still works. And it's not the first time I've dropped it. Well, I'm kind of clumsy, right? So, and while I love this camera and I probably would still be using it if it still worked, it died on me. Not dropping it down a mountain, but going to a Michelin star restaurant, a yakitori restaurant in New York City, of all places. I didn't even spill water on it. The audio went out. So I was deciding between the two. Should I either upgrade my camera gear or just buy a newer, older version of this, if that makes sense, right? So in today's video, I'm gonna break down all the reasons why I selected the Sony ZV-1 and why I chose it over the newer cameras, such as the RX100, the G7X Mark II, even the higher Sony lines as well. So watch this video, find out why. And also, I'm going to be sharing the 3 deciding factors on why I selected the ZV-1 as my favorite camera and why I believe it's actually the ultimate YouTube camera for any content creator out there. And I'll also let you know who I think it's best for and who should pick this up. And also, if you decide to pick up this camera, support my channel, support your boy by using the affiliate link below. It really goes help paying my editor as well. So let's dive into it, guys. But before we do that, quick pause for a shameless plug. Are you a course creator, or maybe you're a digital marketer who creates funnels for a living or web pages? And maybe you've dealt with so many apps like MailChimp, maybe you've done MemberPress, maybe you work with Divi, maybe WordPress, Vimeo, and there's a ton of apps out there that you need to make it work for your funnel, right? I used to be like this too. I used to have tons of different memberships right up until one of my close digital marketing friends recommended Kartra to me. Now, my friend, he's worked with clients that have Kajabi and all these other tools, but he recommended Kartra, and that's what he built his course on as well. The reason why I like Kartra is because it's an all-in-one software that I personally use to build out 99% of my websites, my courses, and even onboarding my clients as well for my high ticket sales agency. Now, the best part, it's an all-in-one system. So you have all your analytics, your numbers. You don't have to go scrambling different places in one place. So stop paying for multiple subscriptions and use Kartra. Right now, they're giving a trial. I think it's about 14 to 30 days as well. So if you want to support your boy, go to refugeehustle.com/Kartra, throw in the link below and support your boy. All right, now back to the video. All right, so let's cover the first thing why I love the ZV-1. It's the portability factor. So believe it or not, I actually have multiple professional cameras I use. I told you about the G7X, but I also have a G85. I also have a GH5 as well. So I have a lot of different cameras. I have some Canon ones like a T5i and all that. But can you guess what my go-to camera, the one I'm shooting on right now is? It's a Sony ZV-1. And why is that? It's not only because I have an affiliate link below, but the truth is I love it for its small form factor, right? So I can bring this wherever I go, especially if I'm live streaming. If you guys don't know, I actually live stream every Sunday. And I hate carrying like these dummy batteries that fit in here. If you don't know, a lot of these cameras, you need a fake battery and then you can plug it into your outlet as well. And then that's how you get continuous power, right? But there's a lot of different accessories. And one of the things I love with this as well is that there's a clean HDMI output. If you don't know what that means, basically, if you try to insert the HDMI cable in here, basically it comes out with the menu items and it's not clean, right? If I were to plug it into this camera, it's what you see. You don't get all those autofocus lines or anything like that as well. So it's a clean HDMI. I usually pair it with my Magewell USB capture card as well. Goes really hand in hand to do that. But also another great thing, I don't have to carry any lenses. So like, dude, look how big this is. And this is roughly the size of a ZV-1, right? Look how big the difference. It's massive, right? Honestly, the lens is bigger than this camera, right? So that's why, I mean, I like the small form factor. Just for your reference, this is a Zeiss lens, which means it's really, really great glass. It also has that 1.8 aperture, so you get that blurry background, that very great low light as well. And you can also use it for product shots as well. So if I wanted to, here's my mouse. If I want to plug my mouse, it really does a really great job, and product mode isn't even on too. So I just bring it and it's everything that I need in terms of portability. Okay. So let's go on point number 2. So this is a major one, guys, and it's probably one of the biggest things as well. So you want to know the biggest gripe that anyone that has used a high-end compact camera like the RX100 or G7X, it's the fact that you can't use something like an audio jack. There's no freaking audio jack on here, so you can't plug in an external mic, right? It's one of the most annoying things to have this beautiful video, this beautiful B-roll, only to have crappy audio associated with it, right? This is fine if you want to do some cinematic B-roll, right? And you want to put some cool music to it, but it really sucks if you're a vlogger or you're trying to shoot a podcast. Maybe you don't have the time to set up an external mic like my SM7B, right? But you have the ability to shoot on the go with this. You know, I'll be honest with you guys, syncing in post isn't the end of the world, but if you're starting out, you just want things to work with the minimal amount of steps possible, right? So currently, for my current setup with my Sony ZV-1, I use the Rode Video Mic NTG, and it's amazing backup audio as well. I also use it for some of my podcasts as well. It's a really, really great mic that uses the audio jack, but you can also attach something like the Video Wireless Go and have a wireless mic setup as well, right? But you don't have any of these options if you don't have an audio jack. So it's just really nice having that option too. For me, this is a make or break option. And finally, let's go number 3. It just freaking works out of the box, right? You know, the truth is, are there more expensive, higher quality cameras? Absolutely. But you want to know what the pain with higher end cameras are? Well, they have more settings. Sometimes they're harder to use. And sometimes you screw up those settings so much that you have to reshoot again. It's a wasted time. It's the worst feeling ever. If you're a content creator, you know what I mean, right? So what's the best way? Keep it simple, stupid. So that's why I love a Sony ZV-1. There's 3 things that I love about this camera. First of all, the autofocus, right? So unlike the G7X or even the G85, the GH5 or G85, those all use something called contrast autofocus. Sony, their line, they use phase detection autofocus, which that means you don't have that annoying hunting, you know, like it's kind of like looking for you, can't find you, doesn't really put you in focus. Well, this camera has the same type of autofocus that the A7 and the higher lines have as well. So it's really, really great, and you don't get that annoying hunting. And trust me, you don't want to shoot a video where you shot the entire video where it's completely out of focus and then have that video go viral. It's happened to me before, actually. So don't let this happen to you. All right, the second thing I really like about this camera is that there is a red light as well. When it's shooting, it will let you know that it's shooting, so you don't have to reshoot or anything like that. You know that it's going live. It's the worst feeling again, knowing that you shot your video, you presented your video, but you never hit the record button as well. So it's really annoying. And the last thing is really important, This is why I chose this camera over even some of the higher end models for Sony. It's the fact that there's a flip screen. You can see yourself and you don't have to be out of frame, right? And one more bonus reason too, you don't even need to buy lenses, right? It's just straight out of the box, like I mentioned, very simple, and it's really great quality. I love this, right? I like the fact that I can just turn it on and it works, because I'm not a sophisticated advanced user, although I do kind of know how to use cameras, not that well, but it just turns on and works, which is the most important thing to me. Now let's kind of wrap things up. So when I was doing research on this camera, there were two major problems that I saw that I want to address. One is the wide angle, right? Two is the 4K issues. Maybe there was overheating or there's a certain time limit. And there's two ways that I address these issues. One, the wide angle, I really don't think it's a big problem. Like, I think people are kind of reaching for problems to shit on this camera. Honestly, it's not really a big deal. You can buy a third-party lens that kind of stick to the lens and can make it wide angle as well. But I actually bought that and I ended up returning it. I didn't even use that lens as well, right? And then the second thing is 4K issues. I mean, for me, if you're doing YouTube and stuff, the most important thing for me is not shooting in 4K. It's just getting my content out. So I just shoot 1080p. It's pretty good already, honestly. And it's very, I mean, yeah, sometimes 4K looks better, but you gotta deal with bigger file sizes and all that. Guys, I'm all about keeping it simple, stupid, right? So at the end of the day, you just gotta keep in mind there's no perfect camera, but this one comes pretty damn close. It's the perfect one for me, at least, right? So who would I recommend this for? Well, I would recommend this for videographers looking for a B-roll camera, right? Maybe new or even experienced content creators who just want something to work. They just want to turn it on and it works. And maybe people who have used like the G7X or RX100, or even professional users who just want a flip screen and a damn mic, right? Those are the two most important things that a lot of cameras have not been getting right until recently as well. And the ZV-1 addresses all those issues. So that's why it's my favorite camera. So before we head out, love to kind of hear your thoughts. Are you going to pick up this camera? Are you looking at other cameras? Was there a camera that I could review for you? Let me know in the comments. And if you do pick up this camera, make sure to support your boy. I would really appreciate it if you could support my channel through my link. And more importantly, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, where I cover tech gear, digital marketing, and entrepreneurship as well. So if there's any gear that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments as well. That's pretty much it. I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Peace.